Ready for user interface madness. Nick Hunter is going to explode the user interface and user experience of the FileMaker platform. Do a deep dive on user interface and customer management. Tabs, slide controls, accordion objects, master detail. Your tour guide, Nick Hunter, will guide you through everything you need to know to be an awesome FileMaker user interface developer. So buckle up, hang on tight, because things are about to get crazy.
Hello everyone, Rich Carlton, and welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv, where we create awesome FileMaker training. So, Nick, the answer was yes on that question. We get to you. We'll have you answer that question here in just a second. So, what is FileMaker training? What is live training? What are we? Who we are? What the hell are we doing? And why do you even care? Well, we're working on teaching everyone how to make great, awesome FileMaker custom applications. If you go to fmtraining.tv, you can check out the live tab and see the upcoming awesome schedule of events that are going to be so amazing it'll blow you away. Right? So today is the last day of our UI UX conversation with Nick Hunter. And then tomorrow we're going to be having a conversation about JavaScript with Calvin Moseman. And this is a kind of a cleanup conversation. This is the changes that were made in FileMaker 19.1.3 or FileMaker 19.2. I'm losing. They're ripping out quite a few versions. I'm kind of losing track where some things are exactly inserted, but this is the interaction between web viewers and FileMaker. They had an initial release with 19, then they upgraded the capability. And so a lot of people don't even know there's a different capability in there. So that is the upcoming schedule. Reminder that if you are interested, one of the things we're going to be covering as we come up is we're running into people who are overwhelmed by the amount of training material in the FileMaker community. And it's not just, we're a big part of the problem, to be honest with you, because we create so much content. And knowing where to start and where your best avenue to start is. And so we're going to be covering that. So up in the upcoming schedule, you didn't see it on the live stream, but coming up in the schedule, we're going to be, later this week, we're going to be talking about the book. You will have the PDF version of the book. The book will be in like final format, and it'll be your chance to provide some, we'll give it to you in advance, let you read it. If you want, have questions about it. Any topics in the book are fair game, which means it's kind of like an open question answer day, but we're going to try to reference the book as we talk about it, right? So that will be kind of the idea. So it'll be a couple days of doing that. All right, so Nick, so today's the last day, Nick. You folks need to ask your questions. There's a couple questions that Nick might have, or Nick will be answering. So Nick, you have a couple you want to answer up front before you kind of dive in crazy?
Yes. Let me share my screen right quick here.
You are now full screen, Nick. You're full Nick.
Full screen, and I remove this.
Full Nick. All right, I'm going to move that down there. So you're full Nick.
Okay, so thank you guys for joining us today. And so, yeah, this is the last day, but it's a long day, okay? So it's a long session, and I'm going to cover everything. So first thing I want to add is we shortened this because I wanted to talk about search. Search is a big deal in a database. It's pretty much what we do most. We do search. And unfortunately, you cannot talk about how to articulate a good search without talking about the technique behind it. So and the technique has nothing to do with the design. So we're going to cover that in the future, the close future, with different sessions, talking about all what you need to know, and then we're going to talk about the search. But anyway, that was our parenthesis. So yeah, I want to answer this question that came up this weekend, and I agree with the statement here. Say, okay, FileMaker doesn't have any save and cancel. That's right. And why so? Let's answer that. So why we don't have in FileMaker a save or a cancel? Just because FileMaker didn't implement it. They didn't implement the UI and the user experience for that. That's it.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. FileMaker Claris did not implement manual controls for save and cancel. Is another way of saying
exactly. They don't have the UI. like other software has, like for example the unsaved version, the unsaved kind of situation that you have a gray or the title change, or something that tells you that is not saved, like this one here. Apple say this is edited, is not saved, is edited. So you don't have this kind of stuff. Oh, okay, so we don't have the saved state and we don't have the unsaved state because we don't have the UI for that. FileMaker could do that in a snap of the finger, but it's not part of the philosophy of the software to have that out of the box. Out of the box is you click outside the field and then you commit the records. So they don't have the save and the unsave and the cancel thing. They don't have this and never did. Doesn't mean that we cannot have this. So we can create our own UX. That means our own user experience in order to get that to happen. In order to, and as you know now, and I know you know, that to get a UX, to lay down a UX, you need a UI, and to have a UI, you need a support. Thus, we cannot have the support in the main window because it's not suitable for that. So what I have built, and I agree with that. So that's a standard behavior. We don't have the save stuff. Okay. Now, when I do stuff in my solution here, in the construction, when I do stuff, I give the possibility to cancel stuff. It's true. I give the possibility to cancel because I build it in a way that I can make it to be happening without to be a crazy thing, without to be a gasworks. We don't want gaswork. We want something that is easy to do, and I'm going to explain that. Also, yes, I can create many. So here he says works great, but is that a wishful behavior in the eye of you? Yeah, but that, I'm sorry, but this is what user experience is for. To create something that is not out of the box, but that for UX is done. Otherwise, like for example, that this is what the basic user experience that you can get is this. This is a basic user experience text. More basic than this you don't. It doesn't mean that we cannot have something else. We have different thing, right? So here the same thing. The UX is something you can build. Now, with FileMaker, as I said in the beginning, we have building blocks. I call that Legos. Okay, we have the Legos, and then with the Legos we can do whatever we want. But we have the Legos. We have the chance to build something, even though we have some limitation. Okay, so yeah. So he says, shouldn't your app be just one of the two through the whole app? Yeah, okay. The user knows that to expect. Yeah. So here I will say the FileMaker user knows that to expect. Anybody else in the world, in the entire universe, in the entire known universe, and in this dimension, okay, only the FileMaker user are aware about this commits outside when you click outside the field. Only FileMaker is doing that in the entire universe. So when you say, "Oh, give what the people are expecting," I disagree with this. They don't expect that. We have to train them for that. Okay, that's it. So now, it's not because it's not part of the, as I said, in that case, you know what? In that case, if you follow this. Okay, if you follow this is what you need to give to your customers. Pretty much. Here, what you need to give you. Sorry, I minimized the window. Where's the window? Here. Okay. In that case, you need to give them. In that case, you need to give them this. Okay. This is a UI. Table view, Excel. That's what they know. You know what I mean? So you cannot think like this. You need to think out of the box. Otherwise, you remember, you stay here. If you want to just keep what FileMaker has to give, This is where you stay. You know, you have new record, delete record, table view, period. You know, this is what FileMaker is giving you for free. Okay, so of course this is not what we want. You know, we want to go a little bit further, and that's why we have popovers and we have those, and see what I mean. So this statement is true, and I'm going to explain things here. So I'm not going to leave you out like this. Yes, it's true. When I add this, you know, I can select and unselect things here. But guess what? I'm not modifying any fields. I'm not opening a record. I'm not saving a record. I'm not committing any record here. I don't do anything on any record. What I'm doing, everything you see here is in variables. Is here. This and this. You know, this is the new contact ID. So when you do something like this, when you select things here, see this change. This one here change. See, change. I add things here on this variable. So I am not. Sorry, I need to. Is getting outside the. Oh, new window. So I am not modifying any record. So I am not outside FileMaker behavior, because I don't open a record and I don't commit a record when I do this. You know, nothing. So I'm not violating FileMaker default behavior. Okay. So I can cancel, because I just close the window. That's it. You know, that's what I did. That was the cancel is doing. Close the window. That's it. Okay. Now, you might refer to that create stuff here, where you can create things and you can cancel that action of creation of new record. Yeah, it's true. But in that case, my canceling here is doing nothing else than delete records. Can we delete record in FileMaker? Yeah. So I'm using FileMaker natural behavior, and I said my cancel action, the action I want in this UI and in this user experience, I want the cancel button to delete 4 records, because I am confined in that view, and I cannot go and show all records and delete other records than the one I just created, right? So I'm in a box here. I put myself in the box. I have no rules on the FileMaker standard behavior that I cannot use the delete contacts, right? The delete contacts, the delete record, because this is delete record, you know? When I do this, I delete record. I don't, see? I delete records. That's what I do. I delete all record. I'm using FileMaker tools, right? I'm featured. So I'm not out of the, you know what I mean? So it's not, I want to answer this question because it's important. It's not because, oh, it's not part of the natural FileMaker behavior. Okay. So, okay, this is it. This is where this is where you will live all your life. Okay. So, and you don't want that, right? So that's why we need to create our own UI and UX and stuff like that. But it's possible. And what I did that 10 days of kind of 10 days of sessions, because I want to demonstrate how far we can go. And trust me, you didn't see everything yet. Okay. So now I'm not going to explain everything about search, but I want to still show you the possibility we can do with the search. I want to show you what is possible, because this is important, because this is inspiring. You know, that can inspire you to go further. But in the future, in the very near future, we're going to address all what you need to know in order to have the best search feature you ever had. Okay, so but now I'm just laying down kind of the problem that we can have on searching, and what we can do to fix them. So here, where's my note? Okay, so we all know the FileMaker standard kind of search, like, you know, when you say search mode, you go in the layout and you can search, and you can see now when you have kind of a layout, when you have a layout that is a little bit advanced, not just a couple of fields on the layout, we have problem here. Okay, so it's not fast at all. It's very slow, and on server, and depending what kind of search you want to do, it can be very, very slow. So search is a problem. Here, the problem we have when we want to customize the search, when we want to do custom search, custom search, when we want to create an advanced search feature. Okay, let's formulate it that way. Okay, we have a problem. The problem is the collection of the criteria. So what is a criteria? When you go, find everything you type here and you type here, that's a criteria. Okay, so the problem we have in FileMaker, when you want to create your own search feature in how to get those criteria, and because the answer so far was to just duplicate fields and create kind of global fields, kind of what you want to do. You create a global fields, you put what you want to search on those globals, and then you transpose the search to a bunch of other fields, and you set fields and stuff like that. That is not good. This is not good because it's complicated. It adds way too much on the plates, right? So what we want to do, we want to have kind of a custom search layout like this one. So that means I can search in the account table, in my related contact, in my related estimate, in my related invoice, etc., etc., etc. Pretty much, I can search on anything on this, but from the context. Okay, I'm searching, from the contact context. So you search, you enter, what you want to search for, and you say perform find, right? And then perform find, and then boom. Okay. So, do you think I perform the find locally? No. This file here is running on the server that is it's a old 2015 or 2012, I don't know, old Mac Mini, running with very old Mac OS software, and with 16 server. So I have the worst server in the universe, and I repeat myself many times, but why I have this configuration is because if what I've built is fast in that server, that means it's great. That means it will work like a charm. So you need to test on the worst case scenario. You never test your stuff on the best, on the super kind of super machine, something, a thunderstorm server on Amazon. No, you test on the worst case scenario. Okay, so that's what I've done here. But when you search for something here, okay, I'm using the find mode here. I'm using find mode just to collect the information, just to collect the data. That means in that field, I put this. In that field, I'm putting this. In that field, I'm putting this, etc., etc., etc. So I am in find mode. You can tell because I have this here. But I'm not using this field I'm not going to perform the find. I'm using the find mode to collect the data, and then when I have the data in, I'm performing the find on server. But by using the find mode just for the collection of data, I'm avoiding the replication of the field in globals. Pretty much by switching to into find mode, you are transforming any any fields into a global. Why? Because everything you're going to type here, you won't modify the data, and only you can see what you type there. It's exactly the behavior of a global field. When you switch on the find mode, the field you're seeing is switching to a global state. Okay, that's what it's doing. So now, when I perform the find here, I'm using kind of something that I wrote this weekend for you, and pretty much what I'm getting the context here. What did I type here? So here, this is what I've done. It's a while function. Okay, it's a while function. Account request content. Okay, and this is what I'm doing. I'm collecting the names of the field and what I typed in the field. The name of the field, and I have the name. I have the list of the fields, only of the field where I type something. You know, that means, for example, if I type something in phone, okay, and I perform the script here again, now you will see that in my list I will have the phone that I didn't have before. It's here, okay. So this while function is doing what it should do, and then I'm doing the search on server, and then I forget about the browse mode, the find mode. I don't perform find here. You see what I mean? I'm not performing find. I'm not doing this, and then I'm entering browse mode again when I have done my search on the server that I'm not going to explain right now. It's nothing to do with design, okay? But when I've done this, this is where I'm doing the search. Perform find and perform find. I'm searching in accounts, I'm searching in contacts, and I can search in notes, I can search in estimate, etc., etc. Okay? So I'm switching to the find mode just to collect the information, and then I forget about the find mode. I switch on browse mode, right? So this is something that we do. Actually, I'm doing that. It was okay. Everything that I'm showing you right now, it was a pain before. It was a pain. How I can show our record? Okay. It was a pain before. Everything that I'm showing right now was a pain because we didn't have all the function and everything we need. First of all, we didn't have the caster window, which helped a lot. That helps a lot, okay? Because you have the illusion of switching to another. You have the illusion of staying in the same context, but in fact, you are living. This is another context, you know. But you don't have you're not living where you were, you know. You don't live where you were, okay? So you stay where you were. And so you go to another context and then you come back, okay? When you go to another layout, you lose you're not in this, you lose where you were, right? So or even opening a new window, which is not a good thing to do because you duplicate you duplicate everything, you know, the navigation. So when you have two windows like this, it's extremely confusing for users. Don't think that this is easy for a user when you have multiple windows. Okay. No, you don't. You see, you stay where you are. You have a different view, especially built for the find. Okay. Then you can put only where, for example, you say, oh, I don't want this guy to find in that field, for example. Okay, you don't show the field. That's it. You have the control. You have the control where the guy is going to search. Because you have your own UI, you build it. You build your environment and you control it because you are in control, because it's your own beast. Okay? It's your own beast. It's up to you now not to transform that beast into a Frankenstein monster. Okay, so and that's what I was saying here before, like a couple of years ago, even last year, to build something like this, it was a pain to do something like this. A pain, because we didn't have the while function. So you need to go with the recursive stuff that was, it wasn't comfortable at all. Now the thing is much more comfortable. Let me just show you how clean this is, right? So this is what the perform file's doing. No, it's not this one. There's another perform file with pieces. So see, it's extremely clean the way you do things, right? And I really encourage you to copy my style here, how I'm doing while function. When you articulate the while function like this, because you can do pretty much what you want here, okay? This while function, you see what it's doing. When it exists, if there's something in the field, do it, get the field name and get the value of the field name, and then, so it's very cool. It's very, and actually that works on any table, so this is very cool, okay? And it's very fast. So before a couple of years, even last year, to do something like this would be extremely complicated. When it's not anymore. That's why I'm showing you that. Okay, so that is one of the find function you can use. Yeah, question on this? No question. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, I mean, if I do use find mode on the layout, I do hide all unneeded object not needed. Yeah, but it's a pain, Amy. It's a pain. When you go find mode and yeah, I know what you mean. You say, okay, I don't want this. Let's say I don't want this. When is get window mode equal 1, for example, right? So so you want to hide this. Sorry, everything's slow because I'm broadcasting. So, and if you say, okay, I'm in found mode. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to unhook my. Okay, see, so you hide the stuff. I understand what you want to do. Amy said, okay, let's hide. Yeah, but you hide, and now what to do? Oh, you put the field you want to see, but it's a pain because your layout is a mess. You have the object you see when you hide, when you are in file mode, the object you see when you're not in file mode, blah, 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 blah. This is a mess. No. What you want your own layouts, right? For the file mode, pay it. That's all what you need. You need your own layout where you lay down your fields for the find. You have your find, you perform find button, you cancel find stuff, you have your operators if you want them. You are in control, and you can lay down a nice UI that people are going to understand, because people won't understand what's going on when you switch find mode and then thing disappears and thing appears and stuff like that. They don't understand anything what happened. So trust me, and it's a pain in the in the blip, okay, to manage. Trust me, Amy, I was doing that before, hiding things and showing things when doing file mode and stuff like that. And I needed to come away from this because people say, what the heck is going on? Okay, so nobody was happy with this. Okay, nobody was happy, so I said I need to come with something else. So you have many other ways to do that. So that was one way to articulate the find, but it's not the best. Everybody knows about this find here. When you say, okay, you want to find something, you have the kind of the quick find, right? The quick find here, and you want to use this. So you have the quick find here, okay? And so everybody knows the quick find. But now I want a super advanced quick find, okay? And because I want something like fast as hell. In the same time, I want something that is finally useful, because the problem of the problem of the find mode. Here, the problem of the find mode. I want to keep my found sets, and I want to keep them and reuse them again and again and again and again. I don't want to, what's the name? I don't want to redo the search again. FileMaker says, okay, if you want to, let's say you've searched something, okay? You search something, you do a find mode, okay? You search something, let's say you do this, okay? You search this, okay? And then you do this, okay? Where's my find? Where's my last find? Oh yeah, FileMaker says, oh yeah, but you can do this. Yeah, do it again. Modify last find. Okay, so I need to do the find again. So that means I need to ask my server to work again for something I just did. What's going on? What? This is not great. This is not optimization. Okay, this is not good at all. Okay, so it will be slow because everything's slow in my computer. Okay, so because of the what's the name? It's slow. It will redraw slowly because everything's
the live
slow.
stream. The live stream, yeah.
Okay. So what I want this. I search for this. Oh, it searched nothing because I didn't put the right thing. Okay, I want this. Okay, so here what I've done here. I have my search results. So I found 3 accounts. I found 12 contacts and 1 estimates. So my search went through all the solution and found everywhere for that word. Okay, at once. So if I want this, I didn't finish this. But but this search is available all time. It's still there. I didn't change it. I can even say, oh, I want Carlton here. Okay, but I can do this. I can search this, but my search here is still available. What I've done. This is local to accounts. This is from the entire solution. It's a search everywhere. It's a little bit like in iTunes, you search on your library, you search on the iTunes store, you search everywhere. You search everywhere. This is kind of the spotlight kind of stuff. Okay? You search everywhere. And the result, until you change it, is there all the time. It won't go away. Because this here, it's not a found set. It's not a found set. It is a found set, but it's not as a found set. I'm not modifying records here. I'm not doing a found set like FileMaker is intended to, So here, and it's available all the time, and I can change it. I can change it if I want. For example, I want to change it to Alvarez. For example, okay, Alvarez. Okay, he should have find somebody because I have somebody with Alvarez, right? Alvarez. I don't know why. Let's say Smith. I will find something with Smith. Okay, Smith here. I don't know why the Alvarez didn't come out. Oh, contact. Sorry, I was looking on account. Sorry. So he found the Alvarez contacts. Actually, you have 2, and 2 estimates. He found 5 invoices, and he found 1 project. And I don't know if you noticed, but it did that in a click, in a snap, right? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 tables, okay, at once. And he returned the what's the name? It returns the result. So how this works? Because say, okay, Nick, this is another gas works that no, it's not. It's not at all. Okay. So I'm going to explain to you how it is articulated, but in the future, I don't know, the boss will tell you when that will happen, but we have that in the pipe. to finally tell you the truth about this search stuff and tell you everything you need to know to get that done, because I know that's what you want. Okay.
Okay. So real quick. So so what video course this would be about? We were talking about.
So we have. So first, what you need to know for that is the.
So I got to write this down so we don't lose it, right? So what am I?
Yeah, you
writing
need pesos. We need pesos. You need to be
3 days of pesos.
Yeah, you need perform script on server. If you don't know that, no way you can do a search.
Then what else? You said 3 days of something else too?
Yeah, 3 days for that. We need 3 days for transfer of fund set.
Transfer of found set.
Actually, it can be 2 because when you know the pesos, you know the transfer. So I'm going to, let's say 2 days on this one.
2 days on transfer of found set?
Yeah, and then let's say 3 days on how to create a search. All the ways. Okay, I'm going to dismantle the three ways that I just show you, of search.
So 2 days of how to what?
No, 3 days for the search. It's 3 days for the pesos, 2 days for the transfer, and 3 days for how to build a search based on pesos and transfer.
All right, you may continue, Nick.
Thank you. Okay, so what the thing is doing. This is what how the search works. Okay, I type something in a field. I type Carlton in the field. Or Alvarez. Okay, then he goes to a layout. He perform a quick find and get all the account ID because I was in account. Then he goes to another layout. He performed the same, perform a quick find, and then he set another variable with the list of contact ID because I was in contact. Same for estimate ID, invoice ID, project ID, product. Okay. So when I go to those layouts, okay, let's go to the C201C, okay, because I have those. All those layouts is where I'm performing the find. I'm performing the find contact, estimate, invoice, project, and products. So what those layouts look like is layouts where I put the field I want the search to happen. I want the search to happen on those fields. I want the perform the find on those fields. If I want to add another field where I want the find to search in, I just have to go to that layout and then I say, okay, hey, I want to search. So most of the, what I do sometimes, I add in my search, I add the ID of the product, for example, because then I can paste a product ID and then I found the products, right? So this is what I'm doing. I have a bunch of layouts like this where I can search in. And guess what? I even have sometime a field that is related with a relationship. This one is on 12B. I'm on invoice, but I want to search in a contact that is on a related table. I don't give a damn about this because you know why? I am local. It's a perform script on server. So on local, this will be super fast. Oh, on the clients, forget about this. Forget about it. It will be like a spinning wheel. But on a server, we don't give a damn. You can do it. Okay, I'm not saying that you can go 5 or 6 level down, but 1 level down, like this one is, it's just 1 level down in the relationship. That's okay. So when you're done with this, so when you do all of this, you compile all the IDs blank together, right? All those IDs, you get them in one list, okay? And when you're done, I'm setting a field, right? And that's it. I set the field. That's all what I'm doing. Can you imagine? Here my search. This, perform my search, go layout search, okay. And then I set a field. And that's it. Basta. Period. That's it. So how that works? Oh, yes, but I have Draco doing all the magic for me. Draco is doing all the magic for me. This is my universal search. I have here my the window that pops, this window here, this window, the context is this one. I'm here, and I'm setting a field which is a result IDs, and then this field is linked to ID account in account, ID contact in contact, ID estimate in estimate. The same field is linked to this. I don't need a field for account, a field for contact. No, I don't, because the IDs will be different. That's why we are asking you, begging you for years now to use the get UUIDs as IDs for your records. If you use a serial number, it doesn't work, because maybe you have a record 110 in contact, and you have a record 110 in account, and you have a record 110 in estimates. In that way, in that position, the system doesn't work.
Yep.
But UUID, unique ID, UUID. Okay.
All right, so
So
pause.
unique ID means-
This is where
Yeah.
the disclaimer on TV comes in. So disclaimer. You ready for the disclaimer? All right, there's a disclaimer. Here we go, everyone. Stand by for disclaimer. The following information is provided to you for those of you who are more intermediate to advanced developers. If you're a brand new FileMaker developer, disregard UUID just until you really understand relationships. Once you understand relationships, like really understand them, then you can use UUID, okay? That's a super important training tip. So if you're brand new and you see this shiny thing, don't play with it. It's like a knife. See, like the sharp knife, right? You see here, sharp knife? You see a sharp, shiny thing, don't just like grab it and play with it, because you might cut yourself, okay? So you may resume, Nick.
Yeah. But when you come to, yeah, I agree. When you come to a search that advanced, I mean, UUID should be the list of your problem. I mean, you know.
Yeah, more advanced capability. Once again, we have a really mixed audience here, right? So.
Yeah, no, sure, no, you're right. No, I agree. UUID is, okay, look, it's you have steps in FileMaker, right? So, and you go baby steps, and you get up. And by the way, this morning I had a phone conversation with a future customer of mine, okay? And his name is Arturo. I know he's watching us now. And the guy said, Nick, you changed my life. I said, wow, really? And he showed me what he did. I said, okay, this is a Nick Hunter Museum. That's what he did. It's a Nick Hunter Museum.
Nick Hunter Museum.
It's like, you know, a house when you have you know, the replication of the house of a famous actor and stuff like that, and you have okay. Imagine that it's like a TV show Friends fan that replicated the apartments of, you know, furniture by furniture and pieces by pieces, and he's using everything. He used everything since years. Everything we talk about.
Well, if he uses it, he should be in pretty good shape.
He is. Now he wants even more. He said, okay, I want more. Because
so Arturo's he's greedy. He wants even more knowledge.
He wants more. And everything he did, and guess what? He did to me some demonstration, and it's snap, and ding, lang, lang, no spinning wheels, no thing. Everything clear, everything great. Okay, he needs some kind of guidance to keep organized a little bit, but everything was there, accordion and whatever, slide controls and everything you mentioned in the, you know, the monster truck kind of presentation, everything there, you know, it was amazing to see. And guess what? The guy is so happy. He wants more of this. Okay. So what we say here is not BS. It's real stuff. It's stuff that can really, really make a difference. Okay. Like this search here, you know, each time I can implement it, imagine that you have, like Scott Kane, for example, he has 15, 20 tables, and you want to search, and you have a search, you click and you search on the 15th table, bam, like this, and you have all. Can you imagine this? right? So it's very important that, you know, and I want to show you that, because I want to show you how far we can go with the UI, right? But nothing of this can happen if you don't have the UI that go with this. I keep saying the same thing. You need the support. I have this window that pops on the side. I have the support. I have the fields. I have the relationship, and I have my script that do search for me. Blah 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 blah. Very simple. It's look, you know, it's really that complicated to you? When I type something here and I save this field, here what happened? I perform this. Look how simple. I mean, I perform the script, I perform this. What this do? Go, perform, set variable. Oh, that's super complicated. Go, perform. So, you know, I just double, I click. That's what I've done, right? And you just re-affect the thing, right? And at the end, I compile all of those in one. So why I'm doing this is because it's easier to debug when something wrong happened. When you slice in pieces like this, you know, it's easy to debug what's happened, okay? And then you combine this. And then when this done, okay, set variable the script, you know, that's why I'm putting the script result in a variable. Then I can debug it. You know what I mean? I can debug. And I set the field with that variable. That's it. That's all. You know, I mean, look, if you don't understand this, but what you need to understand here, it's the transfer of font set concept and the pieces, right? So that's why you need that. But this is what I wanted to show you in terms of perform find stuff. You know, because you have multiple ways to perform find. You have a find in the current table, and you have a find here that is everywhere. You know, it's a spotlight search, okay, everywhere. Or you can open a folder and do a find confined in that folder. You know what I mean? Is that the difference here? This search here is like this. It's like inside a silo, which is the account table, okay? But this one here, it's like the spotlight. Search everywhere. Search in mail. Search in my download. Search in my notes. You know what I mean? So this is what it's doing. And you can add as many things as you want here, okay? And trust me, I experienced this with millions of records, and it's still super fast. Because you do a perform quick find. This is the key. Quick find is the key. Quick find is why it is super fast. If you want if you want what I call an advanced find, this is this one, spotlight, you know. It's search this word, okay? But if you want something more, you know, advanced, then you have this guy where you can say, oh yeah, I want this not empty, and I want the phone number with a star, you know. So so you can use the advanced kind of tools to search, right? And that difference. So see what I mean? You have the advanced search here, that is the ultimate kind of very tuning. You know, if you have a date, you can say this date dot this date, or you can say greater than, you know. So you want this kind of search. This is one thing, okay? This is one thing. Then you have the quick find search within the table, okay? But you want within these layouts, okay, within this context. And then you have the universal search, like I call it, where it goes everywhere and search for everything everywhere. You see what I mean? So you have different search here, and even Apple did the same on here, you know, quick find, or I want the super tune, I want the kind to be archived, and I want to add a new, and I want the name to contains blah blah, and I want this, and so, and you have the suite. This is kind of more tweaking, right? It's more precise, right? So this is what we are going to learn in those following sessions, broadcast about search, and I want you to know all of those search.
That's awesome. Yeah, so we got the sample file there. You can download that, everyone. Once again, username and password, very important. Nick just kind of does this. The username and password is admin. Username and password is admin. Fabrizio has a question. Hi, here from Colombia. I got a question. Out of topic.
Yeah, I want to add while you search the thing. This file here, all the finds, all the search, everything needs to be on the server to work, because perform script on server by definition is perform script on server. Okay.
Yeah. So what we'll also do is that if the file is not running on the server, right, we're going to put a little note on it, so you know that, remind you of that. We need to do that.
I will put kind of at startup. I would add kind of a splash, say, okay, hey, this file needs to be shared.
Yep. So Timothy Bulwark again. So I'm assuming again. I missed it the first time, I guess. How do you get to the advanced search from this layout, Nick? Is what his question is on.
What the question is?
I'm gonna cross paste it here, copy it, and paste it into Discord.
Yeah.
But
I saw there's plenty of question here. So
but Timothy is very demanding that we have to not miss this question. How do you get to the advanced search from this layout? So if you're on,
you click here in the field, right, and you start typing. It will because when it's here, I don't want to see the window. I start typing. Okay, everything's sluggish in my computer because I'm doing all the, Richard, what I'm talking about. When we broadcast everything.
Yeah, we're broadcast. Your bandwidth is limited right now.
My fan is blowing. Okay, so if I type Carlton like this, and now I strike return, now normally it's instant. It's popping like this,
Yeah.
And it showed me the result and now but I still have this field here, and then I can change if I want. Okay. So I can still change, what I mean? So, but here I have no account with Alvarez, but I have 3 contacts.
Okay, so there's a question right in the middle of this. Yeah, right in the middle of this. Peter Green says, is it possible to show all records from the 5 different table searches in one portal?
It is, but we call that a virtual list. But it's possible.
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. You have to. So basically, there's no native way of doing it. You have to.
No, we don't have.
It doesn't exist.
That's something I've asked many times, but Clay told me that there's a lot of modification to do in the software itself to make that happening. Is to the combine, append.
So Clay. So that everyone understands who Clay is. Clay from just very simply, if you call to the engine room at Claris, and you have the chief engineer Scotty from Star Trek. Literally, this guy is the best analogy. He's the chief engineer. He doesn't do every little thing, but when they're melting and the ship's about to explode and everything's shaking, he's down there telling you what he can and cannot do with the ship.
Geordie
LaForge or Scotty from the old Star Trek.
Scotty or whatever.
Yeah, so Nick calls down to the engine room, literally, because Nick still calls him, right? He goes, hey, and the engineer goes, I can't give it more to you, Captain. It won't go. So so the problem is that the engine in FileMaker, the FileMaker is literally a starship, and the engine does some things really well, doesn't do some things really well, and it would be a hack. So Peter Green's, we can do it. It would be a virtual list. We have live streams on the virtual list. I recommend you check out virtual list in our live streams. And here is the link for those of you wondering about this. I'm going to give you this real quick. If you want to download our video player, you don't have to buy anything here. This is the same tool we use to deliver our paid content. I just put the links in all 3 places. You can press that, download it, and you can watch our live streams, the recorded live streams that have been cleaned up in here, right? So what you do is you download it and you do an update. And what you can do is every day when you want to, before you want to see what's up, you hit an update button. I'm going to just run it for you here real quick so you see what's going on. So if I go to Where is, oh, that's my screen. Hang on one second here. So if I go down here to Jeremy Delara, I press this button right here. It's going to open this file up, and it opens up over here, probably. Here it is. Here's the newest FileMaker file, right? So you're going to open up this training player right here. It opens up. This one's happens to be registered with. The first time you open it, it tends to run additional updates. But normally what you're going to do is it's downloading like all the directories of all the videos we have, and we have a lot of videos. So this normally doesn't take this long. It's just the first time it spins up. But you can you'll run an download latest videos right here. Remember, the videos do not live in the file. This is just a directory to watch them. So you can say select a course and you would watch daily live streams, and then here's day 8 right here. So day 9's not posted yet. So you click this right here, and then you would see Nick's video, right? So here it is all cleaned up and edited. So if you didn't see, so like tomorrow, the day after, you want to see the latest video, you say update, and you say current only, current courses only, and it does a much faster upload, if that makes sense. Download the latest products, and then you can watch it that way. Otherwise, you can go to YouTube and munge around on their website and hope that you don't get distracted, right? So, because if you're in this tool, you're watching them direct, and it's very focused. Make sense? Cool.
Question I'd like to answer right quick before we continue.
Yep, keep going, Nick.
Yeah, so the question was from UK. UK lad say Nick search is all IDs across those tables in one global. So I collect all the IDs from the globals. Well, I'm collect all the IDs I found thanks to a list of. That's what I'm saying. A couple of years ago, and Richard, you will confirm. Look what I'm using. I'm using CalStar window. I'm using list of the summary field, list of new stuff. I'm using while function. You agree with me that a couple of years ago, it would have been a pain to use that, right?
While is fairly new. The list of is fairly new. And when I say fairly new in the scheme of things, I mean it's new over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
that means that's what I'm saying. Before it was possible, but you needed to be even better than me as a developer to do that. You needed to be a super out of the like another guy from another planet. Okay. Yeah. So now this is more accessible. Just what you guys need. You need the right recipe. You need to know how to cook the thing without to burn everything. Okay, so, and you need to know what you cannot miss, because as in all recipes, if something is missing, nothing works. Okay, so yes, you're right. I'm collecting everything in the global, but I'm going to explain that in detail in those sessions for in those sessions. And the other question is, the technique is, look, I don't want to talk to you about the technique too much, because I'm going to I'm going to lay down everything in the next session. It's a couple of weeks.
I don't have it. Yeah. Well, you've got to go get caught up on your project work and then come back and see me, right? So, real quick, I'm going to pivot real quick. So this is Alpha Lima 92651. This is one of these people. Okay, I love you because he's in here all the time. I really appreciate all your customers. Let me look at the camera here. Attention, everyone, right? Attention. Are you paying attention in here in the internet? You internet people. We give you a sample file, and we say it's a preliminary early sample file. It's going to change, right? So then Alpha Lima promptly glued it into a solution in about 12 spots. Maybe that's Arturo. So if you're Arturo and you're if you're a paying customer, you can be goofy like this, but just talk to your paid engineer, right? But Arturo's over here on Twitch going, hey, so on that sample file you had like a week ago, like we remember the sample file from a week ago. I guarantee me and Nick don't remember how far this was. He wants to know if scripts 593 Alpha, 593 Bravo, etc. have been modified, or are they still the same, okay? I have no idea, right? We're working at 9,000 miles an hour building these sample files for you. If I did this the way I wanted to, you wouldn't have got the file at all until the very end. Then this question wouldn't come up. So if some of you think I'm being unreasonable when I try to hold back on sample files, it's because people take them and they misuse them. And then they send me tech support requests like, hey, how come this file changed? So Alpha Lima, we love you. I love you. Okay, but I'm going to say this nicely. I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, I have no idea if it changed. You could run a comparison. You know what you could do as a senior developer? You could do an export as XML, right? From that file, and export XML as this new file, and you could do a comparison, a line-by-line code comparison. There's a new feature in FileMaker 19. You can do that. You'll have to compare them in a text editor. You can compare them, and then you can see where the edits are, right? So that would give you your answer. But if you want Nick to tell you what it was, I guarantee Nick can't even tell you what he was doing last night hardly, right? Much less what the state of the sample file was, because he's been building the sample file every day for 2 weeks, right? So anyway, I just, people wonder why, Richard, how come you don't give us a sample file? It's because this happens, right? And you're trying to be nice, and Alpha Lima doesn't mean anything by it, but he's like, hey, have you changed this? And you're a smart guy, so you should have it at the top of your mind. I'm like, ah! So anyway.
So yeah, so people were asking, oh yeah, where's my search box? Yeah, when you click on this tab here, the account tab on top, you toggle between two versions of these layouts. One version you have it, and the other version you don't. Okay, because I built this version of this layout. I built it this weekend, and I'm going to explain why I have this. So let's continue. Okay, because I want to talk to you about a big topic that I want to cover before we go, which is the list view. Okay, so let's start with this. And this is, what's the name? This is it's a school study, okay? And here what happened here in this layout. This is a list view. And I understand where it's coming from, and I want to use that as an example what we need to. Okay, why is UI is important? Here you have two things. You have multiple behavior at once in this view. The first behavior you have, okay, you can scroll. That's okay. Obviously, you can edit fields here. You can pretty much send an email. This field is modifiable. This field here is not. This field is not. This is modifiable, and this is. Okay? And then, so I have multiple interaction here. I can scroll up and down. I can select a record. I can edit fields, some of them. I can send an email. And clicking here, I go to that record. Okay, I mean in browse mode, in what's the name, in form view. Sorry, form view. So this is a lot of going on in one layout. Okay, in one row we have a lot of things. Then it's not done, and actually it wasn't obvious at all, and that's why you have a tooltip here. Say, oh, click here to go to that page. Because it wasn't obvious at all. It wasn't obvious that this was clickable. Okay, it wasn't. That's why we have a tooltip. Now you have another problem. Here is a duplicate. Okay, what did I duplicate here? The current record. Oh, okay, the current account. What you call current account? How somebody can know what the current account is? You know. I don't know what a current account is. Oh, you mean the active account, the displaying account. You know where I'm going here. You know where I'm going here. It's you need to learn what those means, and you need, for example, I can even delete the account. You know, but I mean, I can do many things here, but I have a total disconnection. You know, I can be here. See, I can have this active. Right? I can go down so I don't see it active. Duplicate what? Duplicate what? I don't see anything active. You said the current account. Where is my current account?
Yeah, that button should not be there. That button. Is that actually there? Is that actually?
Richard, it's great. It's great because this is real world. This is what we have. This is what they're in the FileMaker community. This is, and it's good. It's good, Richard. It's awesome. This is what FileMaker was before that broadcast. Now, let's change that. Let's make poof. You know the poof? Let's close this. Okay. And this is the proof.
Okay, so there's a question here. Alpha Lima 92651. If you have questions, let me know. We don't have any ability to answer that question other than doing the version check. For Brand, well, who was the question? It was I missed it. It was Media Soapbox or Media Box. Where'd he go? Media Sandbox, not Soapbox. As far as the layout, where is the user supposed to focus initially?
Oh, initially, whether
I think over here, like if you're not in here.
Oh, yeah, this okay. They actually okay. This is a great question. Great question because we are human being and we are, believe it or not, conditioned since we are born. And that is because Moses. So it's coming from the time of Moses with the tablets when he start when he start to write from top to bottom, from left to right, top to bottom, left to right. Okay, if we were Egyptians in, let's say, 500 before Christ, we would be conditioned differently because the hieroglyphic kind of writing. So now with Gutenberg, it got worse. Okay, and you know where I'm going. I'm going that.
I have actually no idea where you're going, but that's fine. I'm along for the ride. So
I'm telling you, top to bottom, left to right. This is because of Moses. Okay, this is because of Gutenberg. This is because this is how we write, and this is how we read, and this is what we do since we're born. Like I'm saying, if we were Egyptians in 500 BC, we wouldn't have this problem. We would have another condition. Our layout will be completely different. But now, because we are reading since we are born, we're reading from the top left. And for the Arabic people, they have different ways to do things, right? Because they do, but they still have the top to bottom, left. So you read from top to bottom and you go down. So that means if you want to put this to answer the question of this, okay.
Nick. Oh, yeah.
If you want to have a button like this,
okay.
Okay. Yeah. If you have a button like this, you don't put that button here. Okay. That's the point. You don't put that button here. Because this is where the people will see the list.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so if you click here to end the world, you don't. If the button is that important, you don't put there. You put somewhere on the top, right? And that's why we put the home button on the top left most of the time. You know, because that is we go from, and okay, I tell you the truth. You know who invented that in the graphical interface? Who invented that on the graphical user interface?
Xerox.
No, yeah, but no. Apple.
No.
It's Steve Jobs with the Apple menu.
Yeah, he stole it from Xerox, but that's
yeah. But the Apple menu, this is Xerox. You have a window with nothing. Menus, and Apple button. This is Steve Jobs. Oh. No, it's not. Xerox. Look the Alto. Xerox Alto, you will see that you don't have menus and you don't have you have a graphical interface, but you don't have menus and you don't have the Apple menu, by the way.
Okay.
So no, it's really. This is a pure Apple 1984 construction. So why and Microsoft couldn't copy that, so they put on the bottom left, which is a mistake. Okay. So anyway, but you know what I mean. So the end of the world button cannot be here. Okay. So what do you do?
We have any questions that haven't been answered? I mean, we're trying to at some point land this thing, but I'm not going to tell Nick to stop. The blue active button is a distraction. That's from Media Sandbox. On the main screen, the blue active button. Oh, you mean Nick? Close that for a second, would you? The blue active. Okay, so Media Sandbox says this is too pronounced. He would like it more muted, I think.
That's your file. You do whatever you want.
There you go, Media Sandbox. You can dial that sucker back. Dial it down.
It's okay. Look, I understand, but it's a style. It's this is a status. Most of the time, you say, okay. For example, let's say you have a status. I remember, if you want a funny story, in Europe we call hooligans. Hooligans those are the supporters that goes to the stadium and destroy everything at the stadium. We call that hooligans.
Yeah.
Okay, so he asked me for a new status of a customer, and he wants me to call them hooligans. Okay, and I said,
I've never seen that before, but that makes perfect sense.
And why you want the status of your customer hooligans? Okay, those are the people I send 5 letters, I call 10 times, they promised me to pay my bills and they never did.
Okay.
So when you have a hooligans that didn't pay you for 5 years, you want that to be flashing your eyes all the time. So pretty much I'm putting the status kind of in a prominent way. But it's your file, you do whatever.
Okay, so so from Mark, passed me a question from Agent Chevy. Question, it's down the bottom of the Discord. Can we restrict a contact to be added to only one account? Can we restrict a contact to be added to only...
Yeah, that's...
Well, yeah, you can restrict...
Yeah, this is... I modified, actually, the original starting point doing this, so just use it. It's you can do that, but I wanted to do... For my demonstration, it wasn't great, so pretty much... most of the time, people want to add contacts to multiple stuff. Like, you want to add a staff to a work order, and it's the same staff for multiple work orders and stuff like that. That's why I built that way.
But for most businesses, you're not going to have one of your customers has an account. Like if you're selling stuff to XYZ,
yeah, sure.
Their employees are not going to be at 5 of your other customers. If they are, then
for
someone's got a real problem.
Yeah, I modified it for my demo because I wanted to stay on the account tab, on the account. I didn't want to go. I didn't have the time. Look, like I said, I spent 17 hours this week just to do what I'm going to show today. So,
wine. Keep going. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to finish this. Okay. So this is a list view. So pretty much very easy. So it's kind of exactly what the other one was doing, right? It's the same. So we can put both together and do some kind of here. So you see, we have the same thing here. Obviously, this is an email. Obviously, this is not the recipe of grandma that was, for the shepherd pie.
Yeah, you don't like to name the labels, but phone numbers definitely have to be named, Nick, because...
No.
Okay,
yeah,
Nick and I fundamentally disagree, because...
It cannot be the street of... it cannot be an address. It cannot be... Look, that means you cannot use a phone. You can trash your iPhone. It's not for you. Because there's no phone number. It's not saying phone,
Yeah, I had to teach Siri what a cell phone is because I don't use iPhone. I say cellular.
Look, it's okay. We are in accounts, so we are not in the list of parts for we are not in the Ford catalog part list. Okay, we are in account list. Okay, so that already tells you where you are. Obviously, you're not going to put here the name of your neighbors. You're going to put the name of the account. That makes completely sense. As I said, you always do from the top left to the bottom right. So that also is the same as is true for the entire layout. It's also true for for this UI here. For this part of the UI, top right, top left to the bottom right. Okay. So you put the name of the account here, and then you put company obviously this is not the first name of my neighbor. This is the type: organization, manufacturer, agency, manufacturer. You understand this is a type of something or a category of something, and just because you have explored your layout before, it's not like you arrive from another planet and you arrive there and right away when you get out of your ship, you came here and we show you this and you said this is the human race. No, we don't say that. You explored your stuff, so you know the name, you know the type, you know this. This is obviously it's a status. It's not like, as I said, the grammar recipe. It's a style. So you see, the way you present things, it should convey what it is. Now, if you don't understand that is a phone, you're in big doo-doo. Like this is an address, obviously. And I said here, this is a primary contact. See, primary contact. This is a primary contact, primary contact, primary contact, primary contact. So I put a label when it needs to be there, but I don't need to say account name, type of accounts, account address, account phone number, account. Okay, I got it. We are in account. Okay. So, I mean, if you love the labels, this is because I understand it makes many people uncomfortable. If you go on the iPhone, you don't have at all. You don't have labels at all. Okay. So, you need to deal with that in the iPhone. Now, I don't know how you do that, but So that's the first thing.
iPhone has them labeled. What planet?
On the list? No. On the contacts list, go ahead. You will see you don't.
Oh, on the contact list, yes. But I can't dial from the... Okay, never mind. That's fine.
So I'm going to come back to the label problem later. Okay, because we have a lot to cover, by the way. So this is the list view. Obviously, it is obvious that if I click here, something will happen. It's obvious. Okay. It's obvious that I'm going to go somewhere if I click here. Okay. Here I have I know that is a status with the color because it's a replication of this one. So you understand that you visually learned what it is. Oh, by the way, if you use Facebook, if you use Twitter, if you use all those stuff, there's no labels at all. I don't know how you can deal with those things. I mean, if you need labels for every single thing, I mean, you're in big doo-doo. So anyway, labels are not there. Okay, let's stop this. So this is the account number, okay? And obviously something is doing so. So if I click here, I go there, okay? So now you understand how it works. Oh, okay. I'm just arriving on Earth. I didn't know what human race was doing. So now I know that clicking here in the human race, you go somewhere. Okay. So and you can see this is the active one. Okay. So this is cool, and you can search and you can do whatever you want, and you see that I am in another window. So I don't disrupt my my font set because I am in another window. Okay. So now before in that here we had a lot of things going on. We had the labels and we have the report and we have and we have the task and okay. So here you have exactly this: print, report, labels, print labels. We had all those here in a nice menu here with the printer. And here you can sort by account and see it is well presented, and you can by type, by billing city, and you can search active and inactive, see, or you can say, oh, I want only inactive. So this is something you didn't have in yours. In this one, okay, something that you didn't, because you have the active, inactive. That's it. Find active. No. I want to add active and disregard, or all of them, or I want active and disregard. Okay, so you can have your own feature here, well organized, and you can tell here. You know what I've done? I just copied this one and put the other side. That's it. That's all what I've done. So it's the same thing. It looks the same. It looks the same. Behaves the same. It do exactly the same. Okay. So this is, so far so good. So far we didn't miss anything. We have all the thing. We have the color of the status. We have all the buttons. We have our, we know who is the person of contact, the primary contact here. And we know so far there's 100% of the features. So now there's something that is not obvious, which is very complicated here, is that you can modify something and at the same time you can click here. So you have two different you have two conflicting action on the same layout, on the same UI, and this cannot work. It cannot work. So hold on. There's another problem here. It's like, you remember what I said? Don't tell me to click here. I don't care. I don't want to read. I don't know to read. You know, I don't know to read. So don't tell me. Don't tell me, show me. I show you. I'm showing you here. I don't tell you. I don't need a tooltip here. Because obviously, if you don't understand that, you also have another big problem using a computer. So you need to go back to learn a computer. So I'm showing, I'm not telling you. So now you say, oh, yeah, but how I can edit my field? I say, okay, first of all, here, if you don't tell, you know what, you can have somebody using that layout for years, even without knowing that he can click here and change the thing. Okay. So now I think it's much better. And then you understand what's going on. You're done and you edit. Okay, so now, okay, yeah, okay, now I understand. I have this arrow here. Oh, I can do something here. Oh, this is a phone number, the email, the status. I know, I know. It is important to know the labels when it's empty. If you open your freaking contact app in your iPhone, you will see that you have labels only when you edit the thing. You have label when you create a new account, a new contact, or edit a contact, then the label appears, because you need to know which this is. I need to know that. So that's why I have a labels here, and here it's much more discoverable what's going on, because you click on edit. We all know what edit means because we have phones, tablets, McDonald's, ATMs, and we have edit stuff. Okay.
Real quick,
so
Nick, speaking of edit, UK Lad asked if edit goes to another layout or is it a hidden item?
Richard, you have a weird voice.
Yes, because it's Margaret. Hi, Nick. Dad's left. I don't know where he's gone.
Yeah. So what's happened here?
UK Lad is asking if edit goes to another layout or is it a hidden item?
No, it's another layout. No, don't look, guys. Don't overuse of this hidden state stuff. Otherwise, you're going to get crazy. Why you don't create a new layout? Why are you freaked out? Why you are freaking out to create a new layout? Well, create a layout. Hide stuff it's there when you use hide stuff when you have to do something local inside of your layout. But if you have to wipe your layout, and no, because it's different layouts, because I have so many different things going on. I'm going to show you. Okay. So here I have. So now you can say this is editable. It's there. Okay. I'm not done. So here you had, okay, duplicate what? I can duplicate, but you create a new. You can delete. You delete what? This one, or this one, or this one. Which one I'm deleting here? You don't know. Now here, I know. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm deleting. I'm duplicating this one. I'm omitting this one because it wasn't there. I want to omit this one. I want to omit. Or I want to delete this one, but the delete is red, right? With a trash. We all know what the trash means. Okay, so I'm giving you a clue here, and it's red. I'm telling you, wow, this is dangerous. Because here, what I don't like with this, the delete button the delete button is like, oh yeah, create, new, delete, show all, find, oh, the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. You know, delete is not the same thing as creating a new layer, right? So you got the point here. Now this is attached. This is attached to the record. It's not visually detached, completely detached. You know, I have my record down here and I'm duplicating. I delete it. I delete which? I delete what? What am I deleting here? Tell me, guys, tell me what I am deleting here. You don't see that there's a problem here? Okay, so now the problem is removed here because you know you are in that here. You know you are in here, and when you delete here, when you delete this guy, I have a delete record that is personalized, and I said, do you want to delete accrue said institute? I'm asking again, you know, I'm putting the name of the guy here, and I'm putting again the name of the guy here. So if you press delete and you didn't want to delete that guy, that means you have another kind of problem here. So here you don't know, you know, you're down here, and you press delete, and boom, permanently delete the entire record. Oh yeah, the entire. What this UI is? Okay, you remember when I was telling you about this? I know I'm about this. This is baby cars. This is a baby car. Delete the entire record. Oh, I don't care. I don't know what the entire record is. So now you know I can delete, omit, duplicate a record, and it's there. So now I want to show you something. Done here, I'm done here. So done, I'm not in edit mode. I cannot create. I can sort. Nothing I do here is disruptive on the font set. Nothing I'm doing here is destructive. It's disruptive, and destructive. I cannot delete. I cannot create. I cannot mix this. I cannot do a mistake because, you know, if I do this on my keyboard, maybe on the other I can delete something. Here I can't. Okay. So, of course, I have all the goodness. You know, arrow down, arrow up. You know, I build my own navigation, and I want to go to E. I want to go to T. I want to go to A, Q. You know, B. I want to go to N. I want to. So see, I can type immediately the letter, and I follow. Right. And of course, I have this nice big A, B, C, D, E, and stuff like that. Something that I can see easily, not something that is drawn in the middle of the thing and you can see. Okay. So now it's not done. When you click edit, you can see that slightly things different here. Done, edits. So, and I have a bug here. It's not center. I have to modify this. So here I still have my sort stuff and stuff like that. But here I have a plus button. And here I have things going on here. I can import, I can export, and I can delete the font set, which you didn't have on the other side. The delete all, because maybe we want to do that, you know, it's there in the menu, delete font set record, delete font records, right? Or which doesn't tell you anything about what it's going to do, and is in the menu over there, but it's not something, you know, it's not. I like the menu. I mean, I'd love to have the delete font. I'd love to have the delete fonts record and tell you how many records you're going to delete, right? So, and here I'm telling you, I'm going to delete 100 records. You don't want that. You can export, you can import, and you can even have the little explanation of what's doing. So see, I have the UI, I have the UX, I have the support, I have everything to make something great, to have a great experience, not a crappy experience, okay? And now everything is squared and well organized. So now, what about if I'm creating a record here? Because I can create a record, okay? So demonstration of, experience number 1. I create a new one. Oh, it's on the bottom over there. It's on the bottom of the screen. I barely saw it. It's buried. It's buried in. And if I do this, over, bye-bye, sayonara, go back to home, right? So I don't like this. We don't like this. This is out of the box FileMaker. No, what I want something that actually tells me what happened here. I want this. Oh, okay. I have a new account here. Okay, and I have previous accounts. Okay, so now I know what's going on. And look at this. Oh, okay. I can delete that one directly. Yeah, because you just created it. And those are there. Those you don't touch them, okay? But this one here is deletable because, oh yeah, I made a mistake. I don't want it. So again, you click here. You have a the new account. Okay, here I have a big, okay. I have a new account here. So you click a new account. So you have this, and you can, all the new accounts you're going to create will be there. Okay, right? And so now you know what happened. You know what's going on, and your UI is telling you, oh, okay, you're doing this, and you know what I mean. So this is what I call a great user experience. That means you tell me, don't show me, don't tell me, show me what happens. I don't give a damn about your tooltip that nobody saw. You know what I mean? It's like you need to tell you, and guess what? To do this is so freaking simple. You know, it's very simple to do. It's just playing a little bit with the salt and stuff. You know, there's nothing complicated here. But look, the difference of experience between the old one, right? And as I said, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this. We all build those things. We all did it. But it is important that you give to your user kind of a comfort of usage. This is comfortable. This is comfortable, you know? So, and when you're done, you're done. Okay.
Real quick, Nick, before you move on, we got a question from Twitch, which is, how do I put the C100 contact picker card layout into edit layout?
How you put what?
Yeah.
How you put what there?
Oh, the C100 contact picker card layout into edit layout.
C100's a layout.
Yeah.
Which number?
The C100.
The C100.
Yeah.
Open. Oh yeah, you need to remove the custom menu.
Oh, okay, got it.
Custom menu. Yeah. This is another session we have in the play, by the way. A question. Okay. So now
there's another one real quick. Sorry, I just cut you off again. One from Bilbo from Discord. Why don't you use a dedicated customized card for the delete question and rather use FM show dialogue?
Oh, just because the dialogue for that. Salut, André. Is a French, is a Swiss guy. We work together. Just because of the dialogue is. I don't want to build a layout and have a dialogue for that. Is great. It's quick, fast. It's doing his job, and it's pretty much something that people are used to. Even on iOS, even on Mac OS, and those dialogue are popping. This is okay. I just want to. There's another question here. No, okay. So I want to show you, for example. You see, I just create a new. What's the name? New accounts, and I want to delete them. Okay. So I search for new. Oh, and I have this one in the middle. So I go edit, I just omit this guy, and I click here, and I delete my 4. This is this clean, okay? This clean, okay. Now, here it was great. It was here. You can expand. You expand that list. You have this list, and you expand it, and you open it in a new CASTA window. That was it's one way to do it, okay? It's one way to do it. Now you click here and you have another kind of layout, okay, where I made a different kind of approach. you have one approach, which do the car style window, and you have another one. If you click again, if you click here, it will toggle. It toggles between this one and this one. You can see this one has two new buttons here, and you can see it is important to have. This is confined here because it's about the lists. It's about this guy here. It's not about this guy. Okay. So what it's doing is doing this. And you see the UI is blending with the previous one. It's not dancing. It's not moving. This stays the place. This stays the same. See, this. See what I mean? Okay, it doesn't move. So you have a visual continuity. Okay. Oh, something wrong with the sound. Sound fine for me. Okay. So you have a visual continuity between this and this. So now you say, why you did that? Because it's the same thing, but now it's like you enter, or you have a full screen and you enter the thing. It's like the previous kind of, it's like this stuff here. It's a replication of this. Okay. It's a replication of this here, this guy here, which was dancing. This is horrible when that happened. It's dancing like this, dancing. See, it's dancing. This convey a sense of bad quality design, and this I think this is a visual bug that we have that skipped the I don't know why it's there. It shouldn't be there, and you should avoid that. But what's the name? So it's important to have kind of a visual continuity that is smooth. So when you build this, and here you have exactly the same way, it's the same kind of layout, but with a different approach, right? With this approach here, okay? With this approach. So don't do that. You see this? Don't do that. Yes. Yeah. It's I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know. List view. Oh, hold on. Why? Because no. Sorry, it's my bad. No. That one was surprised. It's because we have multiple version of this. We have multiple version of those things, and I was mixing both different generation. No. Sorry for that. It's my bad. So it's not. There's no problem. But you got the point. You saw how bad it actually it was. It was a good demonstration. You saw how bad it is when something is not in place, when something is dancing around, right? So it's and I want to demonstrate something great. So here, for example, see, I have this construction here. I have this field here, and I want to put it on the list view as well. Okay, I want this to work on the list view as well. So I copy it. I go to the list view, and I paste it. So it won't be on the at the right place because the layout is different size. But anyway, for the demonstration. So here I just copy paste it, and now bam, is working, still working. If I say Canton, see it. So you have this you copy paste this field into all your layouts, and you get the search working. You know what I mean? That great. That the great thing is, the search will work. You copy the field, and it's because the field is calling a different kind of context in a different window. It works anywhere in the solution. Just you have to copy paste. Anyway, so so any question? Because I think where's the boss? His boss is away.
What's up? Sorry.
Where's the boss?
He's hovering next to me, drinking my Diet Coke.
He's what?
He's drinking my Diet Coke. He pilfered my drink and wandered off.
Where are you at, Nick? Are you orbiting? Are you circling the airport yet, or are you just? I'm
in the hippodrome here. So what? I know the terminology too.
Yeah, aerodrome, right? That was a German term from years ago. Yeah. So
hippodrome.
The hippodrome. What did you say? Hippodrome.
Yeah, because it's when you have planes when you have planes in the air. Okay, that may be a European terminology, but when you have plane waiting their turn to land, they turn and turn, and they call that they are in hippodrome.
Okay, yeah, it's a holding pattern, right? Yeah, so they're holding. All right, so outer marker, inner markers, IFR kind of stuff. So yeah, so Nick is ready to land. Reminder: the username and password for the file is admin. So that's awesome. So we are about done here. Tomorrow's broadcast will be Calvin Moseyman on a completely different topic. We'll be talking about JSON interaction with the web viewer. And then we'll be looking to put Nick back on the schedule as we get a better idea where he's at with what he's working on. There he is, Nick. That's he's so pretty. You have such nice hair, Nick.
No, it's yeah. I'm okay. Look, it was very exciting those 10 days. Like it was crazy a little bit for me, and because to build all those things are out of the blue. I had to create everything and invent. When you have to invent stuff, it takes. It drains your brain completely.
Yeah. So,
but it's awesome. I mean, it's very good. So, we're very happy to give that to the people, and now you can, as I said, it's your file. When I don't remember Simon or said, the blue is too much. Okay, it's your file. Do whatever.
All right, everyone. I appreciate it for today. That's it. We'll catch you tomorrow, 1 o'clock Pacific time. And it won't be so long. It'll be about an hour normally. So, all right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
And the guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but then he makes the grab.